As you probably already know, we are not only a dive center, but also a kayak school. Every time before the tour, our guides used to give a briefings to the clients. I decided to shoot an instructional video that includes the most important information about kayaking. Since now we play this video on TV before the group starts. For you to understand, this is not a common instruction that can be applied to any kayak tour. It refers specifically to the conditions and rules of the trip organized by our school. Let's all watch it now.
Hello everybody, welcome to Kayaking Atlantis. Today our team is going to take you on an ocean trip. We will do our best to make this day one of the best in Tenerife. The wildlife in Tenerife is very rich. We are going on a 2-hour kayak trip in search of dolphins and turtles. There is a very high probability that you will see these wonderful animals very close. We are going to do 30 minutes snorkeling in the place where Canarian green turtles live. Our adventure begins here. During the instructional movie, you will receive the necessary information to make the kayak tour pleasant and safe. That's why we ask you for attention and concentration. Before we start the trip, we will prepare the necessary equipment. Shoes that protect your feet when going in and out of the canoe. Your instructor will help you choose the right size. A safety vest that you will wear all the time. If the weather requires it or you get cold easily, ask your guide for a short neoprene suit. You have to put on the suit here in the school and wear it until the end of the trip. You cannot put it on and take it off on the kayak. You can also bring some of your own things. For example, sunglasses with a filter. They protect your eyes, especially in the ocean, and make it more comfortable to watch the views. Keep in mind that it is possible to lose them in the water. If you have expensive glasses, we recommend to leave them in the kayak school. If you do not have sunglasses, you can buy them in our shop. We recommend to take a half-liter bottle of water and a hat. Put on your swimming suit and use a sun cream with filter. Please, do not use the cream on your body if you use a neoprene suit. Do not take anything that may be damaged when in contact with water or simply lost. Documents, phones, money, etc. The instructor will show you where you can leave your personal belongings. If you bring a camera or a phone with you, they must have waterproof housing. Your guide will also have a camera and will take a lot of pictures during the tour. You can see the pictures after the trip, and if you want, you will be able to buy them. Remember, take sunglasses and a hat with you. Don't take anything you can lose. Use a sun cream. Put your things on the shelf with boxes. Ready? Shall we start? The whole group goes to the beach that is in front of our school. We use double kayaks. The instructor helps divide you into couples that will be together on the kayak. A canoe can be used by 2 adult people with paddles, plus it is possible to add one small child in the middle, not taller than 140 centimeters. There must be at least one adult on the kayak. Kayaking doesn't require much effort, but basic physical fitness is required. Entering the water and getting on a canoe is a very important moment. Please listen to this part of the instruction with special attention. The first 2 people together with the instructor put their kayak into the water. The kayak always moves towards the waves and never along them. The first to get on the kayak is the person in the back and then in the front. When getting on, do not sit down on the edge of the kayak, but right away on the canoe seat. The instructor and your partner help stabilize your canoe. Start to paddle and immediately leave the shore. Because of the waves, we try to get on the kayak and go out to the open water fast. Sometimes, before you start to paddle, it's necessary to wait till the waves come down. The guide will tell you. We move towards the yellow buoys that you can see in front of the beach. The first 50 meters is where the kayak goes through the waves. We do not stop until we reach the yellow buoy area. We wait there for the rest of the group and the guide. Kayaks go one by one. The guide goes the last. Always place the canoe perpendicularly ahead or back to the approaching large waves. They appear close to the shore or can be crossed by a ferry boat passing by in a short distance. Remember, get on the kayak fast. Leave the beach immediately. Move the kayak towards the waves. Do not stop until you reach the yellow buoy. Maybe most of you will use the paddle for the first time. Let's first have a look at their shape. Most paddles are asymmetric. This shape helps you use it on a kayak more conveniently. We hold the paddle wide on slightly bent elbows. When you move paddles down, the fin should be perpendicular to your body. Do not move the paddle too far from yourself and do not bend forward too much. You need to feel comfortable while rowing. The paddle should enter the water close to the kayak. One hand pulls and the other hand pushes at the same time. Both persons move the paddles at the same time and with the same hand together. The person sitting in the front paddles and the person in the back directs the kayak and paddles at the same time. Right, left, right, left. We make the paddling movement calmly and precisely, putting a little effort into it. We are not in a hurry. The right technique is more important. This is how we will not get exhausted. Be careful not to hit the head of the person sitting in front. A person who is heavier sits in the back and lighter in the front. If you need, it's also possible to move backwards on a kayak. It is enough to do a similar movement but in the opposite direction. Remember, the paddle enters the water close to the kayak. Both persons move the paddles at the same time. Person who is heavier sits in the back. There are several ways to turn. We recommend these two. First, if you need to go slightly to the right, just paddle on the left side as usual, and on the right side, move the paddle in the air without touching the water. Second, sometimes an animal or a man can appear in front of a kayak. To turn fast to the right, put the paddle into the water on the right side and keep that position for a while. If you need to stop, use the same technique, but change sides several times until you stop. Remember, first, move the paddle in the air on one side. Second, put the paddle into the water and hold. To stop the kayak, use the same technique on both sides. During the trip, your canoe can turn over. This is nothing scary. It even happens to experienced kayakers and guides. To avoid it, do not make unnecessary moves and do not stand up. Do not rush and do not go along the waves. If your canoe turns over, stay calm. Your life jacket will keep you on the surface. This is a special tourist kayak that never drowns. If there are some items floating on the surface, try to collect them. Paddles are especially important. You will still need them. Paddles do not drown too. If the kayak is upside down, turn it. Your partner and you need to come closer to the kayak from the opposite sides, front and back. Grab the canoe and turn it at the same time with a strong movement in the same direction. Kayak doesn't require pouring the water out of it. If you need to turn your canoe alone, move to the middle of it, grab the opposite edge and pull the canoe towards you. Remember, if your canoe turns over, stay calm. Try to collect your stuff. Turn the kayak back with a strong movement. Getting on the kayak where you can stand on the bottom requires a different technique. The most effective way is the following. Buddies approach the kayak from the opposite sides, paddles can be put inside. It's more convenient if first one gets on the back of the kayak and the other gets on the front. When the first one climbs, the other stabilizes the canoe to prevent turning over of the kayak. Put your hands on the kayak band. Your legs should be behind you, not under the kayak. You will use them to get onto the canoe. Now simultaneously pull up your hands and move your legs as while swimming. Do not pull the kayak to yourself. Try to push the canoe down. Put your body in the middle of the kayak, lying on your stomach. Move your hands on the opposite bands of the kayak. Put your bottom on the seat. If the kayak starts to swing, stop and stabilize the canoe. Slowly put your legs in the right place. If the canoe turns over during the climb, start from the beginning. So you're on the kayak and now you can help stabilize it, so your body can climb too. The second person gets on the kayak using the same technique. Remember, buddies approach the kayak from the opposite sides. First one gets on the back of the kayak, the other stabilizes it. Your legs should be behind you, not under the kayak. Put your body in the middle of the kayak. One of the points of our program is to search for dolphins. We will get farther from the coast, about 300 meters away, to reach fish farms. This is a private property protected by special regulations. We cannot enter this area, so we will go around the farms. You will see blue buoys that we shouldn't cross. When we see dolphins, we can come closer. Do not make sudden movements and noise. Do not disturb dolphins, we are their guests. Let's just enjoy the company of these gorgeous animals and watch them moving graciously. Remember, we cannot enter fish farm area. When we see dolphins, be calm. Do not disturb them. If you are going to do snorkeling, you will need some additional information. When we reach the place for snorkeling, the guide drops the anchor to the bottom and ties up all other kayaks to it using the ropes attached to each kayak. The guide will prepare a snorkel and a mask for each of you. If you have your own, you can use it. During the whole trip, the snorkeling kits are kept in a dry bag on the guide's kayak. Just before snorkeling, the instructor will give the masks to all participants. For the mask not to get fogged, you have to spit into it and rub the glasses with your saliva. Do not save saliva, do it right. Put on your mask and remove your hair from it. Put the mouthpiece in your mouth, bite gently. To adjust the position of the snorkel, move the snorkel attachment on the mask strap. After putting the face into the water, check the position of the snorkel with your hand. It should be above the water. If you get some water in your snorkel while swimming, you can get rid of it with a strong blow. We do not use fins on kayak tours, as it is quite complicated to put them on while being on a kayak. Your guide can use the fins to better supervise the snorkeling group. We recommend that you stay in the safety vest to help keep you on the water surface. If you are a strong swimmer and well experienced in free diving, you can leave your vest on the kayak. Do not lose your shoes while swimming. If you feel that they are too loose, put them on the kayak. Please take care of the equipment that we provide you with. If you lose the equipment, inform the instructor immediately. There is still a chance to find it. If not, you should pay for the lost items. To avoid losing your mask, never hold it in your hand while in the water. The mask may only be on your face or neck. Getting off the kayak into deep water is not difficult. Be careful not to sit on the edge of the canoe. Lay down the paddles, put the mask on the neck. First, slide both legs into the water. Put your hands on the sides of the kayak and slide down smoothly. While snorkeling, it's very possible to see green turtles that are very friendly and curious animals. They are not afraid of a man and they swim very close. Today we will visit the last place in Tenerife where we meet turtles frequently. Almost every canoe group has a chance to see them. Of course, this is not guaranteed. They are wild animals in their natural environment. This is not a zoo, so sometimes they decide that they will swim away from their permanent place of living for a short trip. It's very important to respect turtles. Do not touch or grab them. Do not stretch your hands and fingers towards the turtle's head. He may think that you give him something to eat and he can bite your fingers. Although turtles do not want to hurt you, it can be done by mistake. Turtles breathe the air the same way as a human being and take a breath every few minutes coming up to the surface. At these moments you can see them very close, but remember, do not block the turtle's access to the surface. Do not feed turtles. Having fun while snorkeling, do not forget about safety. Every member of the group should keep to the guide. There may be other groups of canoers and divers in the snorkeling site. Do not swim close to kayaks and boats. Watch out for your head. Be careful of divers who rise to the surface. They may not notice you and heavy equipment can hit you. Enjoy the beautiful views and various animals that you can see underwater. There is a good chance to see many different species of fish and rays. After 30 minutes spent in the water, we return to the kayaks. We get on the kayaks one by one. The guide can help you stabilize the kayak if needed. Right now it's time to give your mask back to the instructor. After that, he unties all the kayaks and lifts the anchor. The whole group goes in the direction indicated by the instructor. On our way, again we look out for dolphins swimming in this area. Remember, the mask may only be on the face or neck. Please take care of the equipment that we provide. You pay for the lost items. Do not touch or grab the turtles. Do not stretch your fingers towards the turtles. Do not block the turtle's access to the surface. When we come back, it's very important for all kayaks to stop near the yellow buoys in front of our beach, far away from the coast. The instructor will show the place to stop. Remember, your canoe can be moved by the wind or current. Return to the established place, far from the waves. The instructor tells the participants in which order the kayaks go to the beach. First, it will be the guide. As soon as he reaches the shore, he will show that the next kayak can move towards the beach. The rest of the kayaks, meanwhile, remain on the same place. Remember to move your kayak in a direction perpendicular to the waves. Even a slight angle can make the kayak turn over. The guide will assist to get out of the kayak. Get on your feet, take the paddles, and help the instructor take the kayak onto the shore. The instructor then shows to the next kayak that they can go. We repeat this procedure until the last one. The instructor can use the whistle when giving the instructions. He can also communicate with you using hand signals or paddles. Remember them. Stop, do not move. Backwards, you are too close, move back. Next kayak to come. Move fast. Right. Left. Again with paddles. Stop, do not move. Backwards, you are too close, move back. Next kayak to come. Move fast. Right. Left. If your canoe turns over, do not worry, keep calm. Your vest will keep you on the surface of the water. Protect your head against hitting rocks or the kayak. Abandon the kayak and paddle. Try to reach the shore to a safe depth where you can stand. The instructor will help you get out of the water. On the beach in front of the stairs, there is a bucket with water. Here we wash the sand off the shoes. Remember, stop near the yellow buoys in front of our beach. Kayaks move to the beach separately, one by one. Wait for your guide's signal. Remember to move perpendicularly to the waves. Leave the kayak immediately and help the instructor. Safety during the trip is a priority for us. Listen to the guide's instructions. Our instructors have had a special training and are experienced guides. They regularly practice safety and rescue procedures. If you follow the guide's instructions, you will have a safe and pleasant tour. Keep close to the group during the trip. Do not go away of the group and do not go far ahead. Not everyone is the same strong. Canoeing trip is not a sport competition. If some kayak is left behind, be friendly and wait. Save the energy of yourself and the others. You may still need it. If you are tired just a bit, try not to stop. It's better to move slowly but continuously. The instructor can use the whistle to get your attention and give you special commands. Immediately follow the instructions. Never ignore the commands. If you think you can have seasickness during the trip, take medication half an hour before the start of the excursion. Let us know if you have no medication. If you get seasick during the trip, please inform the guide. Remember, keep close to the group during the trip. Listen to the guide's instructions. Do not ignore the commands. If you have a seasickness, take medication. You have probably noticed that our school is also a dive center. Every member of our team, including your kayak guide, is a professional diver. We train and bring people into the world of scuba diving. Every day we arrange try dives that do not require any experience, and we guide certified divers around the most interesting places of Tenerife. For the participants of the kayak tours, we have a special discount of 20% for any scuba diving program. Ask a member of our team for more information. The kayak adventure is going to start in a moment. Our team will try to make it one of the most interesting days of your vacations in Tenerife. We will make our best to offer you the highest possible service. We will be grateful if you help us with this. If you think that we can improve something, please tell us. Forward your suggestions to our team while you are here or do it later by email. Do not be an internet troll. For safety rules, everyone must fill up a special form with the client's list before the tour and sign it after returning back. It's required by law. Now our staff will help you prepare for the trip. We wish you a good kayak tour.